You know, speaking about that, I know that you deal with residents that have all kinds of issues. They call you, and if you're not there, you actually call people back. You deal with people at city council meetings that have issues. How difficult is that, and what is the process like when somebody calls you, has a situation? How does it sort of get resolved, or what's the process of that for you?
Well, a lot of times when I pick up the phone, they say, wow.
You're actually answering the phone.
Yeah, you're answering your own phone,
Yes.
and I'm talking to you directly. Well, yes, my business card has my direct line,
Wow.
my email address, and so on. So I like to be very accessible, and in a community this size, it's possible.
Right.
Too much bigger, it gets to be more difficult. Usually they call, they either have tried to go through the usual process and they're just frustrated, or they maybe were not happy with the process that they're being asked to follow, and or they have no idea who to call.
All right.
They get me on the line, I ask them to tell me their story, and then of course, I immediately contact the appropriate staff person or council member or other people in the community who can help. Get them in touch, and then I usually ask to be contacted when it's been resolved. Sometimes I'll just immediately, like yesterday, I had one of our business centers owner had issues with business signs.
Okay.
And it's a complicated kind of regulation, and he was confused, and so I just brought our community development director in, who's tremendous and very accessible, and just got him on the line and had a conference call. He was delighted with the result, and I think he understood it. And if there's anything that my director said that got to be too technical, I would try and reinterpret it in layman's terms. So it seems to be helpful.
Something else that we know about you that we're going to share with everyone else, because we love this, is your sense of humor.
And you can always edit.
Yeah, we can always edit. Okay. But your sense of humor is amazing. You believe in balance, obviously, because you not only encourage participation of humorous parties.
Yes, we do. We have fun.
You will dress up.
One of those, one or two of those skits at the holiday parties.
Absolutely.
That we have put on, or the videos that we have produced when a certain council member was retiring.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. You know, the good thing about it is that the team, the management team, so good-natured.
They love it. We love it.
They love it. It keeps things light, because there is so much of what we do that is kind of out of our control. It gets pretty heavy. But the folks throughout the staff, good-natured. They are, when it's time to relax, we are all one. That whole hierarchy of management and entry-level staff and things like that, first of all, that's not a big part of my organization and my management style anyway. But then on top of that, when you have an opportunity for managers to kind of make fools out of ourselves,
absolutely,
and be silly, I think everybody appreciates it, and we can all have a good time.
Is that the way you've always been throughout your life?
It pretty much is.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's a great quality, because I think so many people get so caught up and they forget how important humor is, how important it is to laugh. So,
well, Maria, you know that I started my career in Parks and Recreation.
Right.
And so that makes it a lot easier. It is second nature for me. And so doing those kinds of fun activities and having silly moments and just having a good time and playing jokes, that's all part of it. And I'm very grateful to have kind of that part of my life that I can continue forward, even though frequently my business gets to be pretty serious.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's definitely a good balance. Now,
and even with the council members, you know, you have those heavy policy matters that people have different opinions about,
right?
And things can get kind of dicey, heavy debates,
sure,
and so on and so forth. But with every single council member, I have had occasions where we can sit down, have dinner, talk about families, share funny stories and things like that. Every single person is approachable, especially if you use a little humor.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, away from the job, what do you like to do for fun? Hobbies, interests?
Home remodeling.
Okay.
I'm afraid I'm very guilty for that. This is the home that we just bought here in Rancho Palos Verdes is new or newer, and but prior to that, our other homes have been old homes. The oldest one being in the 1800s.
Wow.
And so we love. I shouldn't say we.
But
I
you.
loved home remodeling. And my husband would say, when Carolyn's going to have a party, get out of town, because then it's a major push to get some of those projects done. So home remodeling would be one. Up until recently, we've been sailors.
Okay.
Out of Marina del Rey. However, one day recently, my husband came home and he said, "I think we should." Transfer our interest from sailing to motorboat.
Oh. And so
I
has
don't
that
know.
happened?
I'm sure it had nothing to do with our, middle age.
Okay.
I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that sailing can be a fair amount of work.
It really is.
But it also takes you a really long time to get anywhere.
Yes, it does.
And so he's busy, I'm busy, and so now we're going to be learning to get someplace a little quicker.
Wow. Okay.
So he's brought the boat right past here. I've been standing there taking pictures, videos, waving like a crazy person, and followed by hundreds of dolphins on occasion. So it is just fun.
Like you said, it's tough living here and being here all the time. I know. Yeah.
And the sky today isn't
it gorgeous?
It's like I haven't seen this in so long. I can see why you're setting your camera.
Yes, the view is just and even driving.
I don't think probably the viewers are looking at us.
They probably aren't, right? Well, they're looking at you. But even driving in this morning, I had my cell phone. I stopped and took a picture of the clouds because they were just so beautiful here today.
It's dramatic.
It is, isn't it? It's just so gorgeous.
Yes.